Do you know what Gwaan, where you can get news about the Jamaican culture and just learn about how Jamaicans are doing, as I said, yard and abroad.
You get to learn a new Jamaican patois word or even a Jamaican phrase.
I look forward to the patois word of the day.
The patois word is pasa pasa.
Word today is taco ram.
Our word of the day is duppy.
Twang. No little twang. Not true.
I enjoy tuning in to What a
It
Gwaan.
happens every Friday at 7 p.m. So check them out. And bye from Toronto.
Dodds, Québec et la Jamaïque. Écoute What a Gwaan. Yes, What a Gwaan.
I am a big fan of What a Gwaan.
Relevant and entertaining, so keep up the good work.
Watch What a Gwaan.
Big up yourself. What a Gwaan.
What a Gwaan. Yes, What a Gwaan.
Watch What a Gwaan.
Always say I'm going to walk one in a yard. Check it out. 7 p.m. every Friday. Hello. It's Friday, and your girl from Bunga Town is back in the building. Yes, it's Friday, and What a Gwaan is on. So you know what to do at this time. Time to text, call, shout. Everybody need to know, say, What a Gwaan National is on. So text them, call them, just do the thing and let people know that your favorite girl is back. Yes, so it is Friday. We want to give a special shout out to our listeners on Fresh FM Radio London, and to also let you know that What a Gwaan National is available on all podcasting platforms. Some of those are Podbean, Google, Amazon, iHeart, Player FM, and all the other. Wherever you can find a podcast, we're there. You can connect to any of those links from our website at www.whatagwaan.ca. And as usual, you know what I'm going to say. Gwaan is what? 2 A's. It is the final Friday in July. Can you believe it? And just as the summer heat is kicking in, we as Jamaicans are getting ready for August, because that is when we celebrate Emancipation and Independence Days. Today, we'll be talking about our food and what makes it so special to Jamaicans and even non-Jamaicans. Chef Lennox Brown will share some of the secrets to the magnets in our cuisine. Stay tuned for that, because that will be coming up in A Time to Reason. So before we go any further, it's my favorite time of the day. It is Patois time, where we share a word or phrase from our beautiful Jamaican patois. And today we're going to share a phrase, and that phrase is "Tan and si no poil no dance." Tan and si no poil no dance. I heard this one for the first time 2 days ago when my sister said it to me. Never hear it before. I want to know say Bongo Town have special patois and special saying, but I've never heard this one before. So engage with me and keep the thing lively by dropping a comment just down below. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, down below, you'll see the comment section. So tell me what it means right in the comment box. Keep it lively, keep it going. And guess what? If you do that, you get your name shout out for What a Gwaan National, right? So you can tell your friend name, say, I go comment. So listen, can you go hear my name, all right? So remember, let's keep the conversation going and tell me what it means. Tan and si no poil no dance. Last week, we talked about a topic that all Jamaicans should have interest in: the changes being proposed for the Constitution of Jamaica. Victor Cummings, attorney at law and former Minister of State and Member of Parliament, shared some perspectives on what is happening. He argued that more Jamaican was needed to ensure the Jamaican people understood the issues, and took interest in the process, especially when it's time to vote. He suggested that term limits, local government, and recall of political representatives should be enshrined in the Constitution. He did acknowledge that while it may not happen, it should be part of the discussion, and those in the diaspora should be a part of the conversation. We love it when you engage with us. Just said that earlier, so keep the comments and the feedback coming. Just drop them. As the conversation is happening, just light up the comment section. Light it up, however you choose, but keep the comments going and make it interactive. If you missed that episode, which was a very good episode, I recommend you to check it out on our YouTube channel or here on Facebook. And the link is on our website at www.whatagwaan.ca. Now it's time to share some happenings across Canada. In Calgary, right at this moment, the Jamaican Association Alberta is hosting its 4th annual backpack program. The program provides school supplies to families in need. Students get backpacks and school supplies to continue their education journey. This year, the distribution dates are today, Friday, July 28th, 4 to 8 p.m., and tomorrow, Saturday, July 29th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. All this happens at the Jamaican Association building, located at 611 3208 8th Avenue Northeast, while supplies last. You can call 403-775-1235 or email info@jcaalberta.com for more information. Also in Calgary, CarFest 2023 is ready. Carnival in the Park is on August 19th at Shaw Millennium Park. That's located at 1220 9th Avenue Southwest. There will be live performances from Swappy from Trinidad and Jax from Toronto. Jason J.W. Williams will be the MC, while Maisel, the soundmaster, will be the DJ at the controls. This is a free event with food vendors, beer garden, kids zone, and more. For more information, go to www.carifestcalgary.com. Over in Toronto, the JCA Ontario Anniversary Gala Dinner and Dance will be on Saturday, August 12, 2023 at the JCA Center at 995 Aurora Road, North York. Save the date and plan to join them along with the Resolution Band as they, like Jamaica, celebrate 61 years of greatness. For tickets and more information on this and other events, check the JCA website at www.jcaontario.org. And now just a little tips and news from Dungayard. Reggae Girls hunt first World Cup win at expense of Panama. Jamaica's reggae girls, who have already made a significant impact on a number of lives throughout the world with their football fairy tale, will have the chance to make an even greater impact when they take on CONCACAF rivals Panama in Group F play tomorrow at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. The match is scheduled to begin at 7:30 a.m. Jamaica time on Saturday at the Perth Rectangle Stadium. One of the tournament's biggest surprises came from the Reggae Girls, who last Sunday in Sydney overcame the odds to hold European heavyweights and 5th-ranked France to a 0-0 stalemate. For Jamaica, that victory was a noteworthy accomplishment, as it was their first World Cup point since they lost their 3 games at the Global Showpiece in France 4 years ago.
Mission
right. Now it's my next favorite part of the show, and that is a time to reason. And that is going to be happening right now with none other than the big man himself, Donovan Simon. So grab the cocoa tea, the coffee tea, the tough crackers, or even one little piece of bread and come back because time to reason is up next.
This has been a great discussion. David, thanks for taking the time. All right.
What's up, Miss Nicole?
Me there. I wait for your start so I can go eat. You know, barefoot rice and peas?
Is that her brand name?
Yeah.
Eh?
No. You know,
maybe barefoot rice and peas. That's a real Jamaican, eh?
maybe
because we're going to talk about food today, you come with that?
Yeah. So as we come off, me go eat some leftover from yesterday.
And that make it barefoot?
No, apparently.
That's a bongo tone thing.
No, sir, it's not a bongo tone thing.
Well, all right. Well, listen. All right, but I will keep you from the barefoot rice and peas.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask the chef about that. I've never heard about barefoot rice and peas yet.
All right.
All right. I have a reason.
Yeah, man.
And find out what that is all about.
Yes.
And then we will come back later. We'll sort it out.
Yeah, man. All right. Have a good reason.
All right. Take it easy.
Yeah, man. Cool.
All right, folks. Welcome again to another time to reason here on Gwaan. My name is Donovan Simon. It's an absolute pleasure having you with us. We're going into August when Jamaica celebrates both Emancipation Day and independence. And we thought we'd take some time to touch a little bit on some things that make the brand Jamaica so special. And one of those things for us is food. If you've ever been to Jamaica, if you've ever related to a Jamaican, there is no question that the issue or the topic of food comes up. And today we're going to dive into that a little bit. We've got somebody, Lennox Brown, who is a chef. He's been in the cooking business for going on 18 plus years. He's currently the head chef at Heart NTSA at Stony Hill, where he's the guy who prepares the meals and caters for the trainee and the staff. Originally from St. Mary, Jamaica, a guy who started off training in computers, but ended up with his passion of cooking. Let's see if I can get him on here for us to talk about Jamaican cuisine and what makes it so special. Chef Brown, if you can find your way, let's get the conversation going. Here we go. Chef, what you do?
Pleasant good night again.
All is good?
So far, so good.
All right. Before I get into the real discussion, Nicole, you ever hear about barefoot rice?
Yeah, my grandmother used to talk about that. When you don't have no coconut milk and you're short on seasoning, you just look what you have in the cupboard and turn it and make fashion, little peas, little cooking oil, or little butter. You spice it to your tasting.
Oh, I think it was a Bongo Town thing, but clearly not. Because she come from a little place called Bongo Town, and it's a real special part of Jamaica because there's some things that only happen there. But now that you've explained that, yes, all right, we're going to talk about food today. You've been in the food business a long time. Maybe what we should start with is how you get into food when you were training in computers.
Well, there was a passion for it from I was much younger growing up because I am the eldest of 5.
Mm-hmm.
My mommy got 5 boys. I'm the eldest.
Yeah.
And I used to be the one who streamlined the cooking straight through, whether my mommy is at home or not. I would streamline the cooking straight through. I'm not gonna tell you say sometime I don't make mistake, but I learn from a mistake.
Right.
And I have my grandmother who was drilling me at the time. Regardless, I wanted to do computing. In the middle of finishing up computer course, I found out that my passion was not mainly computer. I love cooking because I look up to I have two uncles that is overseas, that is a chef.
Right.
So I look up to them, but I use their style and had my own combination to it and change it.
All right. All right. So since we're talking about style, and before I get down to some of the things that you do, especially when we talk about Jamaican cuisine, what do you think are some of the unique features? What makes it stand out to you?
Well, for me, it's the taste, the style, and how it is prepared.
Mm-hmm.
The old-fashioned way of preparing some foods will never be forgotten or put aside.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real way of jerking chicken, pork, rabbit is on the good old pimento wood.
Right. Flavor.
And yes, that give you the flavor, because even down in a compound town, I can do it. I dig a hole, put the chicken through the pimento stick, level the fire upon a level where it is not too high and not too low.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes back down to the seasoning and the preparation, how you prepare your meat to give it the flavor and that tantalizing taste that leave memories on the tongue. That's if the person go at 10 years and come back and find and ask you, I want you to prepare it for me the way you did it the last time.
All right. So talk to us then a little bit, because you've mentioned a compound, which is the Maroons and the indigenous people. Anybody from Jamaica know Portland is the home
to Maroons.
Yes. But jerk, like jerk pork and chicken people. There's a jerk festival up in Portland. So what are some of those things from the history and from the indigenous people you think that got into the foods that made it what it is?
The spices and the herbs.
Mm-hmm.
The different spices and the different herbs combine with, well, I would say for me, nevertheless, for me, natural season work better for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I have my scallion, my garlic, my ginger, combine all of that with my thyme, little salt, I don't have to use powder season. From me, have a natural season and a little salt, you're good to go. Because my grandma was diabetic and she have pressure. So when I was cooking for her, I have to know my judgment and my balance. And from you have the passion for it, nothing at all come hard for you once you're in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I developed the passion for it. So I love what I do, and I try to cook with love and put myself in a good headspace, because if you're in a bad headspace, the food are going to turn out terrible.
That's it. The food, the energy you bring to it, right?
Thank you very much. That's exactly what will happen.
All right. So you mentioned earlier about cooking in some of the indigenous ways. Talk to us about the difference it has: wood fire, coal pot, gas stove, current day ovens and all the rest.
Well, for me,
how it influences the food?
All right. I wouldn't say it influences it a lot, It all come back down to the preparation and how it is processed or prepared to be cooked. Because if your seasoning don't right and you cook it, it's still not gonna have the right taste.
Right.
And for me, I can't, when I am seasoning any meat at all, I can't put on no gloves. My granny always say, the whole of the flavor is in my hands. So, and I believe her, because I try season things in gloves, and the taste that I get outside of the gloves than when I use the gloves is two different tastes. And I use the same measurement, the same season, etc.
So everybody have their own style then. All right.
Thank you.
You shared with me a couple of things that you have done, right? Talk to me about what goes into your style when you're preparing some food. I see Mel talking about our favorite thing is escovitch fish. So when you do your fish, for example, what are some of the things that gives it that special flavor and taste?
All right. For me, if I'm doing an escovitch fish, my preparation will be I lukewarm the vinegar. I cut my scallion, my onion, my pepper with a little tubes of seasoning and a little tubes of sugar because you don't want the vinegar taste to ash.
Mm-hmm.
And you preheat it over the stove less than 5 minutes because you don't want everything to be cooked out. You want it to have that crunch whenever it go on the fish.
Right.
Well, and for me, for the fish, I don't rub season on fish. Whether I'm going to steam it, roast it, or fry it. I use the same old way that my grandmother grew me into. I just clean up my fish, core him, put him in a little salt water with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of onion, make it marinate for 5 minutes, then I remove him.
Okay.
So that the salt water had the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what I'm doing to it.
Right.
And if I'm steaming fish, I pre-cook the season and make the sauce, then add the fish to it, then turn down the flames, get like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of the fish or the quantity in which I'm cooking.
Mm-hmm. And then just absorb.
Right there. And you just take it, and I don't use butter steam fish. For me, once it go cold, the butter sleep.
Right.
So I just barely garnish the pot with a little bit of cooking oil to garnish the season. But I don't try to kill the season because you don't want everything to cook to the point where you're lifting out, everything start to fall apart.
Mm-hmm. How much do you bring local foods into your menus? Things like cassava and banana and the things that are authentic to Jamaica.
Well, for me, cassava dumpling is my favorite. That's one of my favorite, and corn dumpling. My grandma showed me it and I let it stay with me. And as I said, I copy from my other two uncles and had my own twist to it and flavor.
Mm.
But naturally, banana is good. But although banana, cassava, yam contain a lot of starch, what I do, I try to get up extra early, even though because it's 3 square meal a day I have to provide up here where I am. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. So the starchy food, I boil it 2 times. The first water, once it is boiled, I remove it, then add fresh water and boil it again, no salt. So I remove the heavy starch from the first boiling water.
By first meal or something like that?
Yes, man. You can remove the majority of the starch. So you cook it, you boil it 2 times.
All right. I could talk about some other things. Chicken. Everybody talk about jerk chicken, and people, buy pan chicken on road. People buy chicken all over the place. What's the key to the best jerk chicken?
The key to the best jerk chicken is all about the spice. Seasoning wise. Pre-preparation is good. In order for the season to marinate through the meat, it has to be prepared. It has to be prepared. Like you're gonna like a Friday and a Saturday is a jerk day where Kingston people decide say wash your pot, turn it down, no cooking.
Nah, cook.
So for who is jerking, because I do jerking within my functions and that I get outside of my work. I would like get the meat 3-4 days before, combine all of my herbs and my spices, blend, season, buck it up, let it marinate. The day before I'm about to use it, I remove it from the freezer, let it thaw, test it, flavor is right. And it have to come right back down to balance. You don't want to use too much of one and less of one. So it have to come right back down to balance. That's why I use a scale and measure everything that I use in the kitchen.
So when you make that spice now, are you one of those chefs that do the big blend, or how you approach it?
Well, for me, every Monday afternoon, I blend a certain amount of spice, sauces, and bucket them in 5-gallon bucket, put in the chiller. And I date them. So first in, first out. So when I do it like that, I can easily well have access to everything, so I don't have to run on a blend every minute.
Okay. Some Jamaican foods are easier to cook than others. At least that's my opinion. You have things like oxtail, tough like but people love oxtail still, right?
Well, for me, if I cook oxtail, I season it, and I don't think I have to pressure it. It's not a must. Because you may pressure it and you cook it too soft. You don't want it. You want it melt off the bone, yes. But you don't want it to become veggie mince.
Right.
So the key to it, plenty garlic. Or my grandmother would say, I look at tubes of baking powder or little baking soda. You season the meat, you had a little bit of that, make it marinate through the meat. So by the time it go on and take it one time and cook, cause the high fire, you will blaze the high fire, you know, and it burn up the meat, you know. You put on the oxtail ahead of time, low flames, not too low. Heat it one time, make the heat penetrate through it and it get for cook because it has adequate garlic, a little tubes of baking powder or a little baking soda. So you just constantly stir it because you know it will burn if you ignore the pot and just it's tough. You can't cook on it own.
All right. Here's another one. Curry goat.
Well,
another Jamaican staple. Right?
Yes, man, very good. Everybody love curry goat, but not everybody good at cooking curry goat.
That's true, because somebody white will see them.
Well, for me, curry not for white. I believe when I cook certain dishes here, I have to cook adequate amount because once I send out the menu throughout the day, I have unweird figure all people outside because I'm in Stony Hill and I have many of the wholesale supermarket eating out of my hands. Once I prepare like stew peas, curry goat, oxtail, shrimp in coconut cream, I have hand for that work.
All right. What's the secret to good curry goat?
Good curry goat is proper seasoning, adequate amount of curry, not too much, not too less, because if you put too much curry, it can become very bitterish. And for me, I season the curry goat with a little amount of curry and I burn the bigger portion with garlic, pepper, and ginger.
Oh, so you burn your curry. My mom used to have a little trick where she have a little bit of oil in it, add a little bit of oil when she's seasoning up the curry. And she said that kind of hold it as part of the marinating process.
Yes, man, that can be done because in the pot, I add little oil, the ginger, the onion, the scallion, the pepper, then I had the curry and I stir it. So I try to keep everything near me because if you run too far to get the seasoned meat, the curry will become black. So you have to be on point and have everything at your hand length to keep the flavor and everything steady.
Yeah.
And timing is key. Timing is the most important thing. Because for me, where I stand, I try to tell all of the staff them, time lost cannot be regained. So for me, the idle time, use it for prep. When you're done prep, me no business with you. You're free if you go and go idle till you're ready if you go home.
or if you idle too much, you're going to burn the pot. All right, listen. Seafood. Jamaica is an island known for seafood. Let's talk a little bit. We mentioned fish earlier, but there's lots of other seafood. What are some of the things from the sea that are kind of natural to Jamaica and Jamaican cuisine?
Roast conch, curry conch, shrimp in garlic sauce, shrimp kebab, butterfly shrimp, and you can name it, squid, seafood boil, etc. But everything is not prepared the same way. And like for sweet and sour shrimp, curry shrimp, shrimp in coconut cream, you can either use the heavy cream or you can use the same natural coconut milk for the shrimp in coconut cream.
Yeah.
But the seafood boil consists of many different seafoods plus franks, eggs, corn, and you have to have the right flavor and the right color, because many Jamaicans don't like to see their food too dark.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make it too dark, it's going, because too much browning make food bitter. So you have to be on point, and then it goes back to this again. If you don't love what you do, you don't go do it because it pays your bill, then the passion for cooking is not, it don't lies with you. I have a passion for it because I try new things and I see it work. I use my own self as guinea pig. I use my 2 daughters as guinea pig. So everything me test, plus my wife, me test them.
And I'm still alive.
Quite so.
All right, listen. There are certain things that people do every Sunday. Rice and peas. Right? And for those who watch this, sometimes overseas you hear about beans and rice. No, for Jamaicans it's rice and peas.
Straight rice and peas. I will call it red rice.
All right. Talk to us about to get the rice and peas right, Jamaican style.
To get the rice and peas right, you're good. For me, good old natural coconut itself give a better flavor than the coconut powder.
So you have a greater coconut.
Yes, man. Once you grate that, because when you blend it, the blender take away from it, you know. Because you know, get out everything, because the blender will chop it small.
Right.
But when you grate it, you get everything. I remember when I was a boy and growing up in the country.
Yeah.
We have to grate the coconut from Saturday.
Till the knuckle them rub off.
Thank you. And all when you rub off, you have to run, go wash that. Grate that till you're done, then grandma dress it and tell you, say, yeah, what, it was worth the cause. Because as a boy, them tell you, say, you have to work for what you want.
Yeah.
But forget it, it have to come right back down to the seasoning again, because you get the good coconut milk, the good peas, the good rice, and still the taste is not there.
And it's not fluffy. So talk to me about that.
To get the rice and peas, it's all about the measurement. Your measurement have to be right. Because I use 2 different methods. I have one where I use a fork, but after I put in a certain amount of rice in the pot, I stick the fork in the middle. And if it falls, there's too much water. So I remove the water. And the other method for me is I put less water, season it, while when I add the rice and check the flavor and I see that the flavor is where I want it. While it's about to steam, I have my coconut milk and I dump the rice, spin him over, plastic him, so him steam, dump him, so every hard grain becomes soft. Because you don't, and everybody likes soft rice, and then everybody like them rice too shelly.
Right.
So you have to get it on a level where you're trying to suit everybody.
All right, but you can't suit everybody, do you know?
No, that is true. So sometimes when you do your best is not good enough, but at least you make an effort and you did try.
I'm sure you cook other kinds of stuff from other cultures. I mean, we've got Chinese food in Jamaica.
Yes,
we've
man,
got Indian food.
That's where I started out.
All right, so talk to us about the comparison for you and what you hear from people when you cut across the different cultures with the cuisine.
Well, when I do that, the compliment is I'm giving them new things. It's not that they don't like it, but they're rather more unique Jamaican cuisines. So now and then I give them like a pakasa, like a all-in-one. The same pakasa, people call it all-in-one, but me differentiate, because when I say all-in-one, I would do like a curry rice with chicken, ackee, everything seasoned and cooked down in a one pot.
Ackee?
Yes, man. I mix the ackee with the chicken, man. And yes, man. Just as though you have tin mackerel seasoned rice, you have ackee seasoned rice.
Never hear that yet, brother.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Nicole about that.
No, man, here, man. When your back is against the wall in this country, at the state where the country is, you have to learn to turn your hand, make fashion is what you have. And then when you have little ones looking up to you, you have to know how to say, you want to know. And then me I do it for. Because I face hardship, so me know what it feels like to put your kids first. You drink some tea or just hold 2 crackers and know say the little food we left. After when them get up a morning and start looking at your face and say, Daddy, hungry, you know.
So, all right. So, talk to us back to this creativity then. So, one pot with all of these little Jamaican staples. Give us a couple more of those ideas.
Well, the one pot now, for instance, say they want me have a little piece of saltfish, you find yourself with a pound of flour, a piece of yam, 2 finger banana. In order to make it stretch for carry over in the next morning, you have to just come up and say, yeah, you go out the door, you look, you see, you find 2 dry coconut, you grate that, you get your coconut juice. You can throw one noodle in it, if you help lift the flavor, a little bit of Maggi hard purpose. If you don't have that, a pinch of salt and your taste, your thyme, your scallion, your onion, your 2 green pepper. Need your flour, you make your dumpling them small enough. Cut the yam in a chewable size. You put everything together and you bless and you eat and you know say belly full, nobody no gone and then bed hungry, and that can set for tomorrow again. Because as I always say, the Lord always provide, but God help those who help themselves. Because if you ever sit down and say, Lord, nothing not go on for me, you can't sit down one place and say nothing not go on if you don't make a move.
Yeah. I want to go down a little road about, I've seen lots of people on YouTube and all over pretending to present Jamaican cuisine. I'm not sure if you've ever seen some of these videos. If you have, and also for the people who come to Jamaica for the cuisine, right? What do you say to them, and how do you get them to understand the real Jamaican cooking?
Well, to let them understand the real Jamaican cooking, they have to come here, taste it, ask questions, take notes. Because copying something and doing it your own way, you still not gonna get the thing right. Because I've seen where I have tell people how to do certain stuff. And when they try it, they come back to me and curse and say, them not get the flavor when me give them. So
why is that? Why don't I get the flavor?
Because you know what? Some of the times is either they don't put the adequate amount, or they must say, no, if me put too much of this, it go taste different. Like for me, certain things I keep it up here. I don't want to write nothing in a book. I know my measurement, because if I'm making a sweet and sour sauce or a mala sauce, I have the measurement in my head. So I know it depends on the amount of person I'm catering for. I can say, all right, 10 pounds of onion, 15 pounds of pepper, 1 gallon of ketchup, half gallon of vinegar, how much food coloring, how much sugar, a little lime juice, good to go. And if I'm doing less, the amount I go be less. Because, for instance, when you're catering for mixed multitude people, you can't make it too spicy, and you have to make it where everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah. And I'm glad you raised that, because I wanted to get into this idea that people think when we say spicy, it means peppery.
No, that means pepper. Meaning, for me, I grew up in the country. I don't know if you know about the bush them called pepper elder.
No, I'm going to know about bongo.
All right. You don't know nothing about bush. Well, I come out of the Maroon tribe, so I kind of understand bush and I do my research.
Right.
The lemon, you know about the lemongrass though?
Yes.
The lemongrass can do many things. Otherwise, from it good for fever, it can make marvelous sauce. Once you boil it and combine it with either mango, pineapple, you name it. You had what you had and get the flavor. Because in order for the world greatest chef, he have to do a lot of experiment, and he know him feel a lot of times till him get it right.
Right.
Because I've made a lot of mistake and I don't stop. And I try till I get it right where I want it. Because I have my own signature style of fried chicken. I have my own signature sauces for even baked chicken, etc. So basically, for me, I do my own experiment. And even where I am now in the room, I have my time in hours, me get up all in about 2 o'clock, plug in hot plate. When an idea click me just start work because I buy little stuff, put in place, so I just start do experiments. So I see it work out, by daylight for out, kitchen.
I want to take on the question of fruits and vegetables and how that mixes into Jamaican cuisine.
Yes, it
talk
do fit
to us a
in.
little
It
bit
do
about
fit
that.
in well because a balanced diet make you more healthy. You will visit the doctor less. But in order to get the younger generation to eat vegetable and consume the fruits at the same time, I do a combination the other day. I mix the lettuce with pineapple, apple, ripe banana, and put it on the line. And quick it done. It finished left the mac and cheese. Because I put things in it that will make them open their mind and say, that look enticing. I end up have to make it about 4 day back to back. The same way.
So as lettuce, banana, pineapple
and apple. And raisin.
All right. So I'll watch. I get all kind of tips because clearly these are little things that we don't necessarily think about as unique to Jamaican.
Yeah, because you want to get the little ones them to eat the greens. You have to find ways to attract them to it because my little 4-year-old, she never used to eat vegetable. But what I start to do now, pick out, get the pineapple, dice it up in it, get the apple, get the grapes, little raisin, and put it down, and she will sit down and eat it off and say, Daddy, I'm finished.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to entertain them, find enticing ways to get them to eat it. Because that is more healthy because with Jamaicans now, Jamaicans gravitate to more junk food than trying to be healthy. The only time some of us stay healthy is when the doctor knock on the door and say, Mom, your diet is such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Because if what I know now, I didn't know then, I'll be much more healthier now.
Right. In fact, what I want to go on before we have to wrap up is there was a time when Ital foods and Rastafarian culture influenced our foods in the same way we talked about our maroon culture influenced our foods. Does any of that come into the way you look at your work as a chef to bring in all these natural things in order to offset some of this very junk food culture that is taking over?
Yes, that is definitely one of my main ideas because I have mixed multitude of students working with and staff at times. I have vegans who don't eat fish none at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's either ackee, veggie stew, or tofu. So what I would do, I would either fry the tofu, cut it in small cubes and fry it, mix it with beans, a little oregano, a pinch of salt. When I say a pinch, I mean I stay far with just a little tops.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it a little flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. Because balance that, for me, I try to meet everybody halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And too much salt is not good. Too much of nothing, not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to balance the equation on how you eat, what you drink, and how you exercise as well. Because eating a lot of junk food and not exercising can cause you to have a lot of ailments as well.
Right.
Because some of us, we eat any and anything, any hours, then when the system choke, we start to blame the food, say the food do that when literally we not pay attention to our system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when your body cry out, is either if you study yourself, you will know that your hormones start to change.
Mm-hmm.
Your body hold you get very high, no matter how you bathe 3-4 times and put on the DRS of cologne and everything. Your body hold a fight over that same so your system need to detox.
Mm-hmm.
And you have foods that can detox your system.
Right.
Green juice can help you to relieve your body of certain things that is not needed in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise from celery, spinach, little callaloo, but if you consume too much callaloo, that can lick your pressure sky high.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the same tuna that you use to wash your hair. Different from it, good for open back with coconut water. The tuna can be blended with the same spinach, with a 1 dragon or a Guinness, and that used to purge your system. The same Guinean wheat can use to purge your system.
Yeah.
So you have herbs, you have natural herbs instead of going to the doctor for medication to purge your system. But a lot of us as Jamaican, we feel like as least a thing run to the doctor. When some of the very time this same medicine they write in your garden.
Well, I'm glad you bring up the guinea hen wheat thing. I want to end the discussion by talking about drinks and juices. I know as a kid growing up, me never liked the carrot juice and me never liked the beetroot.
Well, for me, I love the two of them that you call. One, I like the combination of the two of them because the carrot take away some of the taste from the beetroot.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if you drink it, and what's when them had supple gin and mix it that way, I will drink it non-stop. But if you just give me just the carrot mixed with beetroot and lime juice, that's a fight. That's a big fight to get me drink that.
All right. Talk to us about some of the drinks then that are a part of Jamaican cuisine.
Soursop juice.
Unique to us, yeah.
Soursop juice is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody make it in their own way. You can have it natural, or you can have it with whatever you choose to mix it with. So different from that, you have your Guinness punch, which is unique to Jamaican. You have your Strongback, you have your Medina. Combine all of that with your Irish Marsh, your supple gin, your pistachio, your cashew, your sunflower seed. A little bit of everything that is natural to the body and nourishing go a long way. But I know Jamaicans start to gravitate to being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then our foreparents never know what we know now.
Yeah, but them used to have them something all the time, didn't they?
Not all of them.
All kind of juices and
yeah, them have all kind of juices, but what type of juices?
Mm-hmm.
We have the internet at our disposal now where we can research and know what that good for, what this is good for. Because remember then, Noonie, what them used to call dopey soursop.
Mm-hmm.
That with that mix with like a ginger and some Campari.
Mm-hmm.
For men who have low performability.
Mm-hmm.
That is good for them, but them have to drink it in moderation.
Yeah.
You know, drink too much, right? Because too much of one thing good for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say I do my experiment and I do my research and I know what this good for from what that not good for. Because for me, all right, when I was a boy, I used to have this bush for me used to say a rubbish. When I get to research it and boil it, mix it with guava leaf, the cashew bark, the shema maca, I use it boiled tea. Mm-hmm. That is all natural for us as man. The same bush what we call dopey gun.
Mm-hmm.
That is good for us as man. Man who have problem for live, that help you to stand as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all natural, no preservative, none of them. Them they're natural, but boil green bush. You allow the bush to quail. That's it. Some of the acid were in the green bush, because our kidney cannot manage all that acid.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these combine with cooking, because I have friends who have their own business. They make them own punches, their own natural juice. Yeah, because me give them ideas and they run with it and they say, people come back and say, yes, that what you give me was a bomb. But at the end of the day with us as Jamaican, we feel say when you give somebody something, they expect it to work. Same time.
Mm-hmm.
Your system have to take what it want and your body refuse what it don't need.
Right.
So it take a time for it to process through your system. Then within 5 to 6 days go down, you will start feeling improvement. You know, just work overnight.
All right, listen, the clock is ticking, and I have one more question. If you were to leave one tip about Jamaican cuisine and one particular menu to those who will listen and watch this, what would that be?
Well, for me, one cuisine I would leave with anybody: jerk chicken. Everywhere you go, in any restaurant at all, chicken head the list. Whether jerk, fry, stew, curry, you name it, chicken is a must. Because every Sunday, if fried chicken not in the menu, you not say nothing. And chicken stand out in every Jamaican menu. And as I would say, it come down back to the spices that you put together. All the herbs that you combine, your oregano, your thyme, your garlic, your onion, your scallion, your ginger, your garlic. You combine all of those with a few pepper, your pimento seed or your pimento leaf. You're good to go. Those are the natural elements that combine the season together. It's not about the powder season with the one bag of seasoned salt and MSG where we are killing ourselves slowly and don't realize that we are killing ourselves.
Yeah.
A little salt with natural season go a long way.
And you put all of that together, make it marinate for a little bit.
Thank you very much, and then you're good to go. Some of the time you never stand all a mile and a half, smell the pot and don't know, say, and I just like a blend season alone.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've got a church banquet to deal with the other day. And while they were passing, the pastor passed and stopped and said, "Food ready?" They say almost. The man say, "Yeah, lick off my nose from way out there." So a blend season marinate faster than when you cut up the season. Because everything is already blend to a pulp where it just rub in and marinate quick. And there's two cuisine I would leave with anybody for Jamaican: jerk chicken, jerk pork.
Yeah.
Because anywhere you go, anywhere you find a jerk man, you have a jerk chicken down there, so they say you find 2 and 3 man, jerk pork. So when them say ackee and breadfruit, ackee and saltfish is Jamaican national dish, I beg them to change that.
All right, listen. On that note, we're going to end this. Chef Lennox Brown, I absolutely appreciate the time, all the tips that we learned from you, sir. Keep doing your thing. Hopefully one day you can reach up as Tony and get for taste on.
No problem, my brother. No problem. The door is welcome to you anytime.
All right, Richard. Take it easy.
Blessings.
This has been a great discussion. David, thanks for taking the time. All right.
I do appreciate you calling up my bunga tone, sir. They are loud.
But I'm going to bunga tone get some of them references from. But trust me, this was a good one.
Yes, it was.
This was a good one. I never know some of them something.
I mean, some of them, we said, because even the barefoot rice, him said them do it here, me do it, I cook it with coconut milk, but you put the pig's tail in there.
Hey, but you see, barefoot rice in a film thing was just a low budget thing, and you make it happen. Right? What I found interesting though was the whole idea of using the herbs as part of how we make it happen. Because I think we've gotten into this quick and dirty thing where, you know, you powder season up everything and quick splash and you're done. Right? What I'm hearing is you have to ensure that you give it time to deliver what you want it to deliver.
the marination is key.
Yeah.
Marination is key. Because I'm sure if you can remember, like your mother used to season the meat from the day before.
Yeah, man, early, just season on. It's like when you're there foreign and you see people about them a barbecue the beer meat. And you're like, that don't make no sense. Meat of a soak, right? As we would say, it of a soak.
Yeah,
So,
but
hopefully people learn a few things. We see a few comments and stuff. Hopefully
nice.
people learn a few things about why it's so special. And I think for all of us, I know for me in the diaspora and many of us, one of the things we miss most is the authentic Jamaican food. And when we go home, as much as you long to see your relatives, the first thing you want is some food.
Some food, yeah. Me always make special requests. Because no matter if you cook the same thing here,
No, man, it's different, man.
Breeze.
It's different. When my mom was alive, my last thing was that if my mother knows that I come down, the stew peas live, may I tell you, with some salt, corn pork or whatever them salt pork. And I tell you, man, the stew peas used to live. So there was just something about it that was always different. So
yes, I agree.
So I go. Anyway,
yeah, man.
Bro, take it easy. See you next week.
All right, see you. Cool. All right, folks. So another good one. Una open agree with me, say Donovan go out with some wool heap or something. So who is that? Audley Coley. Oh, that's Coley. I think I did my name. Love the show. Thank you, Audley, for commenting. Audley Coley. And we have Mel Fowler. Jamaican menu should always have escovitch fish and ackee and saltfish. I agree. All right, Clarence, merging all the flavors, everything of it in it, everything. My favorite Jamaican dish is escovitch fish. Oh, really? I don't know if I have one special favorite. It depends on the moment. Howard Gallimore say, how about escovitch fish? Yeah. I mean, like when I'm saying soak it in the water, I'm going to try that method there and see it work. Yes, Peter, live and direct. Proper direct. But anybody else ever want to tell me want to know barefoot rices? So next week you know if you come back and tell me what want to know about barefoot rice and peas and how you cook it in your part of Jamaica, because everybody have one different way of how them cook it. But thanks for folks. I love it. I hope this continues where you keep me entertained in the comments. Thanks to all the people who commented, and let's keep it up same way. So next week we will be looking at independent Jamaica, a view from the diaspora. As we get into August, the celebrations around Jamaica's 61st year of political independence will be gathering momentum both home and abroad. How do we see it from outside Jamaica? What are the things that we compare with other countries? What do we expect of the future? We'll get some thoughts from those who are in the diaspora on the topic as we kick off a new month and as we celebrate Jamaica 61. Ensure to join us next week. You can now share your message. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to you, Patois word. Thanks, Donovan. Yes, so Tana seen a poil no dance. I guess I know me are the only one who never heard that before. It's being a neutral observer does not affect a situation. So write that one down and make sure you use it whenever you get the next chance. Tana seen a poil no dance. It means if you're a neutral observer, it no matter what, it no affect the situation none at all, right? Thanks, Donovan, for dropping that in. All right, so you can now share your message on Gwaan National. You do that while we share our stories and experiences. Advertise with us as we continue to grow. Contact us via watagwan.ca or any of our social media handles, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and on the website that I just mentioned. And always remember when you're searching for the website, Gwaan. So Gwaan is 2 A's. All right. So follow us, share the things like food, because we want Gwaan National. We want anywhere you're there. All if you never have human contact before, yeah, I don't know where you get the cell phone from, but yeah, watch what I go on, right? So share it, like, follow, do all the things that you do. So Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Instagram. You can find the link to all of these handles on our website at www.whatagwan.ca. You can, in order to share your messages with us, you can connect with us via social media accounts at or email, at whatagwancnd@gmail.com. Check out the website and follow all of these things. So again, this is the last Friday in July. The next half of the year, 1 month gone already. Still time to keep up with your goals and stuff. But we're going to sign off now because Wataguan National done. And is your girl from Bongo Tongue saying, thanks for joining, walk good, and see you all next week.